don't give a fuck. All right. So the diddler clearly, they finally released if he was gonna get bail or not, the bail at night.
Bail tonight.
I know this ain't funny, but you gotta laugh at something because this shit is terrible.
After Diddy pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Want to show you some of these brand new court sketches.
Look at this. Look at his face. Who sketched this shit? You can't make it up. Why did they sketch a egg yolk on his face though right here? It looks like he got an egg yolk right here. Who sketched this shit? Why is this nigga lips like this so much? And his whole head is lopsided like a motherfucker. What? They need their ass me for this. Hold on.
Is coming into us, like literally in the last 90 seconds. This is Combs in court after prosecutors.
He looks so sad right now. He look like how his victims look. Sad as fuck. Oh, I am going to hell for this one. Come on, let me take out the. We gotta take. Look at it. Why is his lips like that, bro? Y'all don't see what I see. I'm just done with this. This nigga. All right, we gonna keep. I'm trying not to laugh, you guys.
Arrested him at a hotel.
By the way, on the video it says Mr. Childish. So whoever wants to get in my comments like, oh, this is not funny. Listen to me. Come here. You see down there it says Mr. Childish. So if I want to laugh, this nigga got pointy ears. And he look like he's smacking his lips. The judge said you denied for bail. Sir, we can't let you out. You had too much baby oil. That nigga had baby oil. He had cases and cases of baby oil. Like, what would you gonna do with all that baby oil? I don't even want to know. All right, let's continue. We only 23 seconds in.
Hotel in Manhattan. It's where he's apparently been living for weeks, according to what a person familiar with the move tells NBC News. All of it a tipping point now in that sprawling federal investigation into the superstar's alleged years of sex crimes dating back to 2009. As we're just getting in some new and deeply
Wait, he had sexual crimes on him since 2009? Like, how did he get away with doing all this for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 16 years. How the fuck he get... Okay.
disturbing details about the allegations against him in what looks like a massive criminal operation, allegedly. At least 50 victims and witnesses so far. And at the center of it, these hours and...
50 victims? Like, how y'all became victims when y'all... Wow, that's 50 people that this man sexually assaulted and poured baby oil on. I'm going to hell, bro. Look at this stupid little face. I can't make this shit up.
and days-long sex acts known as, in their words, freak-offs.
Day-long freak-offs. That's what they call them, man. They call them, they calling his parties the freak-offs. I can't make this shit up, bro. I'm so glad I didn't get famous when the diddler was out. I don't think I would be laughing right about now. I would be sick. I have PTSD like a bitch. Like, man, I remember. I couldn't even go around baby oil. I'm fucking dumb, bro. I'm really trying to keep this like what people everybody grieves differently. So don't get mad at me because I'm taking this differently. Like look it up. It's in a psychology book. Everybody deals with trauma differently. So remember that. Back to it.
Combs supposedly orchestrated to abuse his victims.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them.
Okay. Everybody that went to these freak-offs, guarantee you their names don't get dropped. But if their names do get dropped, some of these victims, y'all already knew what was about to happen. Because you then heard about his freak-offs, and you know what's going to happen. So why would you still go to the freak-offs? Like, make it make sense. But we only 1 minute and 12 minutes in. So we got 5 minutes to go. So bear with me.
Prosecutors say Combs punched and kicked his victims to try to keep them under control. He'd also, they say, filled them up with drugs like ketamine and ecstasy for long periods of time, even using incriminating records to try to manipulate his victims. Prosecutors say they discovered this wide range of evidence against Combs in several raids. They found things, they say, like AR-15s, narcotics, more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricants. We should note here that an attorney for Combs says that he, I'm quoting here, will fight this with all of his energy. His team is already planning to appeal the bail ruling, meaning they will be back in court tomorrow, as Combs has, as we mentioned, pleaded not guilty. We've got team coverage. Laura Jarrett standing by with the legal analysis piece of it. But I want to start outside court with Julia Ainsley because, Julia, this went fairly late into the day. I know you've been at the courthouse as a judge, as we've just learned, is denying this request for bail. Explain why that is and what else we've learned today.
Yeah, that's right.
He's definitely a high risk. He's definitely a high risk for that. He's definitely a high risk for that incident with the baby oil. Like I wouldn't let him out. I'm not even. You think I'm gonna let him out after he bought the whole case of baby oil? Nah, you not getting out, my G. Nah.
In there for about 2 hours as the Justice Department from the Southern District of New York laid out their case, very similar to what you saw in the indictment, saying why he should not be released because they say that he is a flight risk, he could leave the country, and also that he has a history of obstructing justice. They also pointed to how serious these crimes were, that with previous allegations of sex trafficking like R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein, the judges also denied bail in that case. But his defense laid out a very lengthy rebuttal to all of that. We heard them say that this is different from Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly because there are no minors being alleged in the indictment here. They also say that these acts were consensual, and they point to victim number one, who's named over and over again, who they say is someone within a 10-year relationship with Combs that was toxic but consensual. They said that this person actually tried to sell this same story as book rights to Combs to try to get it out of the media's eye, but instead when he refused, then this civil lawsuit came up. But the judge ultimately said that he could not be released because he is a danger. He has a history of substance abuse and anger issues. And she really drilled down on the fact that after those civil allegations came out last November, he talked to multiple women who he knew during that period and who he apparently tried to change their narrative so they wouldn't go forward and continue testifying or being witnesses to.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Some of these acts that were alleged in the civil complaint and then were again put in the indictment today. And so she said in order to keep that from happening and really to end sex trafficking, since that can happen behind closed doors, it was best to keep him detained without bond.
Julia, it
literally didn't stop R. Kelly from sex trafficking while he was in jail. I guarantee he's still doing the shit. Like,
I think for a lot of folks, they will find this stunning considering that Diddy, right, Sean Combs, has been previously one of the most successful music superstars in the world. Just a year ago, he was handed a key to New York City. Now here we are after months of this being out in the public, these allegations being made public, his denials. He's potentially facing 15 years to life in prison. What does the timeline look like here?
15 years in prison. The diddler is going maybe to prison for 15 years. That's up to 15. Now you're not gonna get 15. Yeah, that's crazy. He is absolutely nuts for this. The diddler.
Well, we understand that tomorrow they'll try to appeal the judge's decision. His defense will do that tomorrow at 3:30. They'll meet again next week for a conference, and then perhaps we'll be looking at a trial early next year. But, Hallie, I have to say what you said there was also striking. I mean, I watched him today sitting there very humbly in court in a black T-shirt, nodding along with his defense, otherwise just looking very stoic, straight ahead at the judge. It's hard to imagine this is the same man, but the timeline is also staggering. It's one thing to think, oh, that was something that happened a long time ago. But the prosecution today said that these acts, what they're calling sex trafficking and coercion, all continued up until this year, Hallie, and started as far back as 2009. So this was not a brief window.
Julia Ainsley live for us there outside court in New York. Can you just give a sense?
That's crazy. Like,
really quickly, Julia, before I let you go, is it just a scene there? I mean, I have to imagine, given who Sean Combs is, it is just a crush of cameras, a crush of people.
It is. It's been really crowded today, and there have been people who've been driving by, sometimes screaming, "Free Diddy." Someone else stood up earlier.
Free Diddy. Free the diddler. The diddler is not on loose.
And said Tupac would be ashamed of Diddy. It's been a lot of people, a lot of...
They had to put that shit in there. Tupac would be ashamed of Diddy.
The public interest here. I will say the court wasn't as crowded as I thought, but still nearly full, and also full of his friends and family who came out.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and...
That's tough. That's tough. The dealer's not coming home anytime soon. Type shit. All right, let's see what he got.
Now come down against Sean Diddy Combs, and there is absolutely no doubt prosecutors have thrown the book at him.
They throw the book at him. He haven't even got prosecuted. He haven't even got prosecuted yet. They talking about
Among other things, he has been charged with racketeering, kidnapping, and sex trafficking. This is all based on a grand jury indictment.
Oh, Diddy, the diddler, indicted on 3 different charges: sex trafficking, kidnapping. I think he said, what else he said?
Where process is all based on a grand jury indictment, where prosecutors went to the grand jury over a period of months. Now, there is a long list here. He's charged with prostitution, coercion, enticing to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The complaint.
He burning niggas up. Like, Diddy, what is going on, bro? Like, you ain't no way, folks, that you just got away with all this stuff, Diddy. Like you going to jail, bro. They about to put you underneath the jail. You know, fuck you talking about? Ain't no coming out. You gonna be the victim now.
The indictment mentions the now notorious freak-off parties, calling them, and this is the words from the indictment, elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often
This nigga Diddy was wilding out. Diddy was clowning, wasn't he? They said he was masturbating.
electronically recorded. It talks about luring women, Combs luring women into his orbit under the pretense of a romantic relationship, and then using force, threats of force, and coercion to cause these victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. There is more. After these free...
There's more? There's more? Diddy, what is wrong with you, bro?
freak-offs, the indictment says that Combs and the victims actually received IV fluids to recover from what they call physical exertion and drug use. As for the kidnapping allegations, unclear what they are. They just reference them, as do arson and several other crimes, but they say they were committed in California. Now, as
Wow, I did hear California is the wildest state in this country. Like, California, y'all be wildin'. Like, I don't know what kind of water y'all be drinking, or pop. Well, we say pop, they say something else. They say something else, but y'all be wildin'.
for drug use, the indictment says there was an intent to distribute narcotics which include cocaine, oxycodone, Xanax, GHB, which is the date rape drug, MDMA, and ketamine. It goes on to say that during the raids of his homes in Beverly Hills and Miami, they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, suggesting
I can't wait to see the memes on this one. I can't wait to see the videos on this one. I can't wait to see the cartoons on this one. Oh, I'm calling it. I'm calling it. They definitely about to make so many videos, and just watch. They're going with the baby lube is on itself. Like, watch this. It's YouTubers right now that's putting videos together right now with the baby oil, you know. Several bottles, Diddy, you needed.
this was part of the freak-offs. They also found 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers and drum magazines. There is also a clear reference to the Cassie video, the video where Diddy brutalized Cassie at the Century City Hotel. They talk about assaulting a woman by striking, punching, dragging her in March of 2016, clearly Cassie. And they say that After the indictments in 2023, Diddy tried to pressure witnesses not to cooperate with authorities. If he is convicted, he faces decades behind bars. His lawyer said...
They said decades. That nigga, decades. Hold on, I gotta make sure. Hey, Siri. How long is a decade?
The answer I found is 10 years.
10 years? 10 years? Up to 10 years?
Says that Diddy is not only not guilty, he is innocent. As I speak right now, he is about to go into federal court to hear the charges and answer. He is expected to plead not guilty. He is surrounded